Let's talk about perspective. And I don't mean perspective that we all normally see as something goes away from us, or if something is farther away from us, it's smaller. I'm talking about two-point perspective, which is something that you use a lot when you're painting on location. Two-point perspective. First always start with your horizon line. Now, horizon line is actually your line of sight, your eye level. If you're not painting outside, if you're painting indoors, your line of sight is going to be totally different. It's going to be whatever is surrounding the object that you're painting. But let's just assume that we're outside, and in this case, the horizon line is actually the horizon that we see, where the sun meets the earth, or water and air combine. So we start with the horizon line. And on that horizon line, we'll start with 2 points, 2 vanishing points. Now in this picture, I'll draw a road, some telephone poles, a house. You normally see some kind of building on location that you want to paint. Some other trees, shrubs, mountains, or whatever. But for this example, let's start with a road. And it looks like I'm standing in the middle of the road. But below the horizon line, as your subject recedes into the picture plane, it always goes towards your vanishing point. These lines go off into infinity. So this is a road. And there are those little white lines that you're allowed to pass when you're driving. And as they get farther away, they get smaller and they get closer together. But they still follow towards that same reference point, or your vanishing point. So here's a reference line from the vanishing point of some telephone poles that I'll put in. And the telephone poles have tops, obviously, and these poles will go beyond, above the horizon line. So from the vanishing point, we draw a line upward. Let's put in a pole. Here's a telephone pole. It's large because it's close to you. All vertical lines remain perfectly vertical, and all horizontal lines are exactly parallel with your horizon. There's no angle to them, no angle to your vertical lines. Staying within this principle of going towards the vanishing point, the next telephone pole will stay within those 2 lines, which means it will be smaller. Perfectly vertical. And the cross piece, perfectly horizontal. And the next telephone pole. And as they go back, they become narrower and closer together. Now I'll just add some in so you can see. There's actually a mathematical calculation that you can calculate the distance between these poles, but I failed math, so I just eyeball them in. And as you can see, even these posts, or these cross members, follow that same principle towards the vanishing point. So there's the telephone poles. I'll put another reference point here. Let's say that's a sidewalk along the side of the road. Vertical lines again, or horizontal lines again, parallel with the horizon. And these are the little slabs of concrete that make up the sidewalk, again getting smaller as it goes back and closer together as it goes towards the vanishing point. And maybe there's a sidewalk here that goes out towards a house. And here's where we want our house. Again, from the vanishing point, we draw the bottom of the house. And let's say the corner of the house, which is the corner closest to you, will be the longest line, perfectly vertical. So this is the corner of the house. This is the bottom of the house. And let's say the house is that wide. That's the width of the house. So we're looking at this side of the house. So the sidewalk goes in here, and notice where the sidewalk connects, it follows that same vanishing point line in angle. So there'll be a door there.